Shalom Aleichem, Yasharal. Hey to the 12 tribes that are not lost, but scattered. And hey to the Gentiles that are following after Yah's righteousness. It's King Brittany Chanel, and I am back with another video on my Mocha Modesty channel. A king is a descendant and a ruler of a divine race. That divine people being Yasharal, and ruler meaning one that is married to the Most High in a marriage covenant with the Most High. Okay, so being in the ruler divine race, the kingdom of Yah, we have to uphold a standard. So there is sometimes things that we have to talk about, being that we have that particular marriage covenant with the Father. And if you are a Gentile, you know that there are things that you have to do in order to be grafted in. Okay, those things are following the standard of Abba Yah, his rules, statutes, commandments, and regulations. Okay, you're not going to be in a marriage and a relationship with the Most High and think that you're going to not be submissive, since there is a whole community of Yasharelite men that talk about submission. So we're going to discuss all of that in this video. Before we get started, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. I hope you enjoy. All right, you all. So I want to talk about this topic. Nigeria's first lady, she warns young women to avoid emulating American celebrities, okay, that are just always in their, unclothedness, we'll say, for the video. Okay, they don't have nothing on. And the reason that I am talking about this is because anytime you talk about modesty or fleeing vanity, the combat is always love, grace, love, and you're policing women, and women should be able to wear what they want and do what they want, da 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 da. And the Most High allows you to have free will and to do what you want, but at the end of doing what you want, there is going to be consequences. Okay, there's a lot of women that operate in naivete, and they think in their mindset, like I heard, especially, like, it was a lady in the entertainment section, and she was like, women should be able to walk around with nothing on and just really think that there's not, animals out there that are seeking after prey. Like, these are women that operate in a very I would say childlike state, thinking that we live in a world full of wicked people and that they're going to behave as they should behave. People having free will means that they also have free will to operate in wickedness if they so choose. Okay, so the people that get protected are the ones who come into the pavilion of the Most High, who hide under his wings, who submit to the Father's rules and regulations, and then they receive divine protection. But you have Christianity, who tells you that you can live any way you want and that there's going to be protection, and that's just not true. And they always, they always talk about love, right? And they put out these false doctrines of love, grace, love. The Most High in the word says he chastises those that he loves. So if he will chastise his firstborn, his child, for being out of order or disorderly, for committing his bride for committing adultery. This is how you learn about marriage. If you learn about our covenant that we have with the Most High, Yasharah, our covenant that we have with the Most High. A lot of men, they run around here talking about submission, but they themselves are not operating in the correct way as a nation, as a bride should be to her husband, right? So let me just state facts. I'm not in agreement with any red pill manospheric content. I'm not for the this or that man versus woman gender thing. I don't get into that. Okay, I'm just talking about the standard that is in the kingdom of Elohim. Okay. Ooh, this is going to be very good because I feel like this is going to help a lot of people get into deliverance. And I had to mention the love and the grace doctrines that Christianity puts forth, because you literally have people telling people this, and they're on their way to the hellfire with gasoline draws on. They do not realize that we are at war. They don't realize that the enemy is walking around seeking whom he may devour. And then you have people, especially women, they are on platforms dressed a certain way, appearing a certain way. I mean, you see some of these women, it looks like they have marine spirits, a bunch of stuff, and they're prophesying and they're talking about all of this stuff, but they're not talking about covering their unclothedness. And when I talk about that, I'm not just talking about in the natural, I'm talking about in the spiritual. They have no covering in the spiritual realm either. And it's a dangerous place for a woman to exist in the wilderness. That dragon is going to be after you. Okay? These women, they're not understanding why this naivete or why these celebrities are being pushed in our faces. Pushed, the lewdness of the West pushed in our faces, because they're not really trying to get you to see that you are in war. They're coming at you in every direction. Okay? Like I'm getting people sending me videos. Remember I told you about I was telling y'all about the weave and the stuff like that, and I said we kind of even have to be careful about the synthetics. They're using synthetic braiding hair to cause reproductive issues. So everything melanated women love, they're using that to come against you. So we had better start getting into the modesty and the natural thing very quick, because your enemy is coming at you in all directions. And the celebrities are a main way that they're doing this, because they want you driving the boat. They want you existing in plantation mindset. They want you existing in a low state. And do you know why? Because when the Most High issues, well, he's already issued judgment. Let's be clear. Judgment is coming, okay? When he has judgment coming down, every bit that comes down will be justified. You would be guilty of that, and you would have earned that. So you want the hot girl summer, he gonna let you feel every bit of that hot girl summer. All of the enemies that he was keeping at bay, all of the weirdos that he was keeping at bay. Do you not realize that the spirits that make you act sensual, okay, because they try to make this like this is a natural part of femininity, like, always being on go, or always looking like you want to get into the bedroom, like that's a natural part of femininity. And the act is sacred between husband and wife, but outside of that, it's defilement. Okay, we just have to keep it a stack. A lot of stuff we learn in the West, we have to unlearn, ladies. Okay, we have to unlearn. It's not for our good. When they was taking the women on the plantations, and you know why they love treasure and the backside so much and all of that stuff so much, because you were considered the treasure. They was taking the men out to have access to you and the children, because the serpent has a beef with you. You produce okay, number one, our foremother Miriam produced the Messiah. Okay, hallelujah for that. Okay, then you have women coming after that are producing prophets that are coming forth. So you're producing adversaries. So he has to taint you, because then that messes with the men by proxy. So then there's no one to oppose him if you are out of order and out of the way. This is why the Most High, he hates fornication. He hates whoredoms. He hates all of that, because as his bride, you are cheating on him when you are in participation of things that are not in his regulation as your husband. As a nation of people, he is the husband, we are the bride, we are to submission, meaning yield to the authority, and we are agreeing that our husband takes care of us. We do what we need to do as a nation of people. We have protection. We go outside of that hedge of protection, it's up. You could talk about love and grace all you want to. You violate, it's up. Okay? We deal in facts. We deal with spiritual law. Okay? The enemy is like an attorney, a lawyer. Okay? Like how Medea told y'all. Okay? We're not quoting Medea, but it's just the truth. He knows what the law is. He knows what you need to do to violate it. Therefore, he gives you the rope so that you can do what you need to do with that rope. Basically taking out two birds with one stone. So a lot of women thinking that these trends and, you know, these influencers and these celebrity women and they're you know, doing this, that, or the third, and they're really setting you up for your downfall. Because guess what? Babylon is being destroyed. It's going down with gasoline draws on. The Most High is going to make sure of it. So all of this lewdness that you learned on the plantation of Babylon, the hypersensuality, the sensual kitten mode that they always have you on, the constant promotion of you being uncovered, you being always on go, where you think that that's normal, that men should just ogle you, where you learn witchcraft with the makeup, manipulation, and all of that stuff. Guess what? When Babylon goes down, sweetheart, and you have to fend for yourself, and everybody's gonna flee up out of here, the ones that survive, okay? There's not going to be a place for you to drive the boat and all that twerking and stuff. There's not going to be a place for that. On the other side of the world, there's the lockup, and they'll put you out of here for that. Literally. It's very dangerous for you to be doing this stuff. Or you want to be transactional, they'll put you on the transactional chain for that. There's ladies that's wishing they never had to go through that, but then you have women in Babylon who are on stuff like, you know, only stands and stuff like that. Okay, y'all know how we talking, okay? And you don't understand, this stuff is marketed to you for your demise. Only somebody naive and gullible falls for this. And then you allow your children to listen to Sexy Red and these people. They're not doing nothing but what they was doing to y'all on the plantation. You got mothers competing with daughters on who could be the most Tatiana, the most Trish, how they say. You got mothers competing. You got men who are, you think that you're getting off the hook. You think that you're getting off the hook for your sugar daddy behavior. You're not. The Most High told you very clearly, he doesn't play about his daughters. So sitting there acting like you innocent and the Most High say you're guilty, it's up. You can sit there and talk about modern women all day, but your eyes have not looked away yet from them Instagram For You pages with them women without no clothes on. The Most High, you know, the famous line, oh, he knows what's in my heart. He knows this wickedness in there. And you ain't came to him yet to resolve these issues. You have not confessed to him yet. You have not opened up your mouth yet to get repentance going. So this article that y'all are seeing on the screen was sparked because y'all know they trying to bring a lot of this stuff to the continent over there. Like a lot of this lewd stuff they do in Babylon, aka the US. over to these other countries. And these other countries, a lot of them are not going because they're tired of the U.S. They're tired of the perverse nature of the U.S. And a lot of this love doctrine has people mistaken, and they're thinking that, you know, a lot of the dysfunctionality that exists in Babylon is normality, and when they're going different places, it's getting them caught up. Like, you see those girls that they're doing stuff in Dubai, and they're getting locked up in the jam for that. Like, there's just certain stuff that is not gonna go, folks. Like, you've learned this on the plantation, and you better unlearn real quick, because the clock is ticking. You see, it's getting hotter by the day, darling. The clock is ticking, and it's winding down. Now, like I was saying, this article was sparked because I guess Meghan Markle went to visit Africa, and, you know, they're talking about her Nigerian ancestry or whatever. And you know, this is when the first lady, she started talking about, you know, we need to salvage our children. Like, you know, they are looking up to these fallen entities that are masquerading around and pushing agendas that are not of the Most High. They're not the standard of the Most High. Excuse me. And they're doing all of that to continue to perpetuate these generational curses on the people. And you got a lot of men talking about single mothers, and they're committing fornication and adultery because they're lusting after women. So you already are guilty of that because you've already committed the act in your mind. Yehoshua already told us that. You're talking about single women, but you a bride thief. You have not paid for that bride. I'm telling you. Then you have the women, like I said, that they have become so hard-hearted, some of them, that they've become transactional because they have been so hurt by men and the promotion of this luxury transactional life that Babylon promotes to them. It's all gonna be in vain. It's all they're gonna labor, but they're gonna labor in vain with all of this. Wickedness will come to a close, folks. Y'all's not playing that game. And I think what she's saying is correct. We should model proper relationships, proper modesty for our children.